Movie buffs, welcome back to the Movie Bay. This is D. In today's video, since summer is upon us, summer is right around the corner, let's talk about summer blockbusters of the past. And let's see if we're going to get any summer blockbusters this summer. I doubt it, but we'll see. So without further ado, let's dive in and take a look at 20 to 21. I think it's 21 here, but I'm going to call the video 20 summer blockbusters. Now, on this list, there's a lot of movies. There's 20 movies here. And these movies are considered summer blockbusters. And what makes them summer blockbusters? They did really good at the worldwide box. They did well domestically. And they did good foreign. So worldwide box, these movies did pretty good. And for the most part, most of these were the biggest movies of the entire year that they came out. And the criteria, they all meet the criteria. A summer blockbuster is considered a movie that comes out between May and September. So that's your window for summer blockbuster. So it's going to be some movies, some big movies of yesteryears that's not here, but they didn't meet the criteria for summer blockbusters. You might even have some movies that was considered movie of the year, and it probably did more money than the summer blockbuster. But again, summer blockbuster is a movie that comes out in the summer. So without further ado, let's take a look at 20 to 21 summer blockbusters of yesteryears. And let's just see if we're going to get anything like that this year. Starting with Wonder Woman. This came out 6/2/17, so that's June 2nd, 2017, and it did $823 million at the worldwide box, making this the summer blockbuster for 2017. We have, this came out May 3rd, 2002, Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man from the Sam Raimi trilogy, and it did $826 million at the worldwide box. That's a good worldwide box for 2002. And Wonder Woman for 2017, $823 million. Those are great numbers. Next up, we have Pirates of the Caribbean. This came out July 9th, 2003. The original, the Curse of the Black Pearl, not the original. The Curse of the Black Pearl. Yeah, the Curse of the, let me see here. Yes. And it came out 7/9/03, and it did $654 million at the worldwide box. Very good for a non-superhero IP. Very good. Very good worldwide box number. Next up, this movie now. This is an oldie but goodie. This came out June 8th, 1984, and did a real good $296 million at the worldwide box in 1984. And it being a new IP at the time. We have Ghostbusters. Definitely a summer blockbuster. I mean, 1984, brand new IP, $296 million worldwide. Oh yeah, for sure. Next up, we have, coming out May 4th, 2012, doing $1.5 billion at the worldwide box. We have The Avengers. $1.5 billion. Whew. I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, Avengers is the first superhero movie to hit $1 billion, to hit over the $1 billion mark at the worldwide box. I do believe this is the first one. Next up, we have, coming out May 15th, 2015, and doing $381 million at the worldwide box, Mad Max Fury Road. Now, again, this isn't one of my favorites, but the numbers are the numbers. Don't get me wrong, I liked Fury Road, but it was just, to me, it was just all right. It was a really good-looking movie, that's for damn sure. Next up, we have, coming out 8/1/14. So that's August 1st, 2014, doing an incredible $771 million at the worldwide box. Guardians of the Galaxy. $771 million, that ain't nothing to scoff at. All of these movies done really well. Some more than others, but these movies done very well, especially the non-superhero IPs. Next up, we have coming out July 16th of 2010 with a nice $837 million at the worldwide box. Inception. I mean, this movie just came out of nowhere, and it was like, this movie did very well at the box office, domestically and abroad. So yeah, Inception. Christopher Nolan films, they generally do well at the worldwide box. Next up, we have coming out 6/23, so that's June 23rd, 1989, doing a really good 412 million at the worldwide box for 1989. That's great. We have Tim Burton's Batman, the original Batman from Tim Burton. 412 million at the worldwide box. That's really good for 1989. Next up, we have coming out July 18th, 1986. Yeah, July 18th, 1986. Only doing 131 million at the worldwide box, but it still was considered a summer blockbuster. We have Aliens. This is part 2 in the franchise. This has probably got the lowest worldwide box out of all of these, but it still did pretty good, and it's considered a summer blockbuster. Next up, coming out in May. So this one comes out May 16th, 1986. Doing 357 million at the worldwide box. We have Top Gun. Oh, this one right here. I'm really surprised this one. Well, I'm not surprised. It came close, but this one did. This one right here, I thought this was going to be in the $1 billion club. Not quite, but it's high. So we have coming out July 3rd, 1996. We have Independence Day doing 817 million at the worldwide box. Very, very, very good numbers. Very good numbers. This movie had the summer on lock. I definitely remember this one. Had the summer on straight smash. This is the movie that gave Will Smith his name, Mr. Summer Blockbuster Man. Next up, coming out June 11th, 1982, with a powerful worldwide box. Remember, now keep in mind, 1982. This movie did 797 million at the worldwide box. And it probably did that again in merchandising. E.T. was everywhere. Video games, Happy Meals, toys, you name it. E.T. was everywhere. So 797 million at the worldwide box for 1982. Let that sink in. Next up, we moving on up here. Now, remember this one too. E.T., I was a little young for that one. I remember it clearly, but, I was a little bit on the younger side for E.T. Wasn't really paying attention to movies like as I got a little older. But still, I remember E.T. as a kid. The next one here comes out June 24th, 1994. So we got June 24th, 94. This one almost touched the $1 billion at the worldwide box. This one did 988 million at the worldwide box. We have The Lion King, and I definitely remember this movie. I remember going to go see this one. This movie right here almost touched the $1 billion. 988 million at the worldwide box for an animated cartoon. Not based off of anything, an original concept. That's phenomenal box office. Absolutely phenomenal. Next up, coming out in July 3rd, 1985, we have Back to the Future, doing an impressive 385 million at the worldwide box. That is impressive numbers for a franchise, for the beginning of a franchise. I got to get the total franchise numbers. I might do a video on like total franchises in the box office for the entire franchise. I'm curious to see what this franchise did as a whole. But anyway, Back to the Future, 385 million at the worldwide box for 1985 is good. Next up, we'll say. Coming out July 3rd, 1991 with an impressive $521 million at the worldwide box, we have T2. I'm surprised this one didn't do a little bit more, but that's still good. 521 million, that's phenomenal. That is really, really good. But I thought this one might have did a little bit more. I was shocked when I looked at the numbers. I thought this one was touching somewhere around 700 to 800 million. But still, 521 million for 1991. That is nothing to scoff at. Next up, we have from July 12th, 1981, we have Raiders of the Lost Ark raking in 354 million at the worldwide box. Pretty good numbers. All of the numbers for these movies. The only movie so far that I was a little bit like a little suspect on was Aliens, only doing 131 million at the worldwide box. I'm gonna have to research that one some more. I did pretty good research on it, and that is the number. But I'm just curious about that one. Let's see. Next up, we have. Oh my God, here we go. If it's a toss up, but I still think I gotta look at which one came out. Let me see here. Hold on one second, guys. 08, 12. Okay, so my bad. Batman, here we go. 7/8, so July 18th, 2008, we have The Dark Knight raking in $1 billion at the worldwide box, making this the first superhero movie to do $1 billion at the worldwide box. This came out 4 years before the Avengers. I thought it was the Avengers, my bad. That might have been the first Marvel release, the first in the Marvel universe, but this is the first superhero movie, period, to hit $1 billion in the worldwide box. And we have Batman and Dark Knight, one of the best comic, probably the best comic book movie ever, probably, depending on who you ask, and one of the best movies of all times, in my opinion. Not even outside of his genre, this has got to be one of the best movies, period. It's a phenomenal movie, and it deserves what it got. Coming in, let's see. This one come out May 25, 1977, did a powerful 1977, listen to this. This movie came out May 25th, 1977. It did $775 million. For 1977, $775 million at worldwide box. Phenomenal. We adjust this for inflation. This probably beat everything on the list if we adjust this for inflation. Phenomenal box office. Next up, we have coming out June 20th, 1975, with a strong 477, we'll say 478 million at the worldwide box. We have Jaws. 478 million. Impressive. For a shark movie, impressive. Next up, this is one of the juggernauts in the room. From, let's see, June 11th, 1993, coming in at a strong $1 billion at the worldwide box, Jurassic Park. And I was there for it all. This movie, the merchandising, everything about this movie was just all over the place. I'm not surprised this movie is in the $1 billion club. Phenomenal. Again, June 11th, 1993, $1 billion worldwide box. Well, guys, that's it. That's a look at 20 to 21 summer blockbusters of yesteryears. So we have an idea of what we're looking at when we talk about summer blockbusters. It's not always all about box office, for real, for real. It's got to be in that window. It's got to be the big movie in that release window to make it a summer blockbuster. Your movie can't come out in January or December and be considered a summer blockbuster. These are for movies that came out in the summer. So keep that in mind, because for these years, I'm quite sure all of these movies aren't the biggest for the year they came out. Most of them are. Believe that. Most of these are. But there's a couple of these that's probably not the biggest movie for the year that they came out. But again, these are summer blockbusters because they came out within that window and they did pretty good at the worldwide box. With the exception of Aliens, 131 million for a movie like that, I'm quite sure it was profitable, or the franchise wouldn't still be going strong today. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.